good morning. Can you see it's autumn? Finally. So today is all going to be about cleansing, decluttering, and just getting rid of any kind of emotional and spiritual baggage and negative energies. Today I'm going to take you along to a couple of exciting activities, and you're going to see them here because I have no idea what's going to happen today. Exciting. First on the list. It's about 5 o'clock now, so we're going to take a little walk and we're going to do a little bit of nature magic. And how that works is that we're going to walk and I'm going to meditate and think about different things that just don't sit right with me, things that feel like they're holding me back, and things that are just draining to my energy levels. And anytime I really formulate a clear thought on that, I'm going to pick up a stone, and that stone is going to represent that energy or emotion. And once I have collected the number of stones that I feel I need, I will build a little circle with those stones, and then I'll stand in the middle and really let those energies drain into those stones. And I'm basically gonna anchor them at their place, and I'm just gonna step out of the circle and feel refreshed and new and leave those be. And it's the perfect time right now because it's the waning moon and it's just before the autumn equinox. It's just a time to look back, to reflect, and to let go of old things and start new again. So now I've made my way up to the little birch grove. It's up a nice steep hill for some morning sports, and also it kind of goes with the entire thing of like really reflecting about negativities or negative energies that hold you back in life. So I found 5 stones. And now I will do my little ritual. And I chose the spot under all these lovely birch trees here, as the birch is a tree that was since ancient times associated with new beginnings, rebirth, fertility, and especially the new beginnings aspect is something that I want to concentrate on. And places under birch trees were said to be like a holy space where these energies are prevalent. So, gotta make the most of those energies now and build our little stone circle. So I'm done with my little nature ritual, and I can already sense how much lighter I feel after this, and I really feel like I left the negativity and the bad energies and all those things that were bothering me just behind there in a little birch grove, and I'll let the natural energies deal with that and neutralize that. So I can only recommend that if you ever feel like you have a lot to carry
on your shoulders. You want a new beginning, a new start. You just want to shed some old, energetic, emotional weight. Go out in nature, do that little stone ritual. It's perfect. Now, I wanted to share a beautiful sunrise with you, but it's super misty. I don't know how much the camera catches of it, but even if I'm looking now at the lens, I see like all the little like fog particles, water floating in the air. My hair is wet only from the fog. So I'll hang around 5 more minutes, can do a mini meditation, do some grounding to recharge myself for the day. But if then the fogs have not lifted, or contrary to the fogs in my inner self, because they're gone, then we will go back home and start our day. So I just came home and I was super cold because my shoes were all wet and I've been outside for a while now. I was actually really lucky because when I arrived home, no one in my family had woken up yet. So I took the chance to have a cheeky little bath and I thought okay, now they're awake, great. And I did light some white candles for purification, and I'm taking some Epsom salt in the bath water because next to its many medicinal therapeutic benefits of relaxation and detoxing your body, it obviously also has the magical components of salt to be cleansing of negative energy. So that's a very simple way to take a spiritual bath, like just take some time for yourself. Then while you're in the bathtub, just be a little bit more mindful that you're not only washing dirt off, you're also washing any kind of negative energies off. And then ideally you emerge out of the water feeling refreshed and recharged and a little bit lighter. Okay, time to start today for real. And now that we have decluttered and cleansed every little bit of my soul and spirit and mind, it's time to do the same with my house, which will be a morning filling task because, quite frankly, it's a mess. I always love to take the time before the autumn equinox to do that. I know a lot of people love to do like a big spring cleaning. I love to do a big autumn cleaning too. And I think it's in some ways even more important, because we're now approaching the time where we spend more time inside, the shorter days, the longer nights, the darker days. So it is very important to have your house a cozy, comforting, warm space where you can actually spend some time in, because now when it's rainy and grey outside, you don't really have a place to escape to when your house looks like a pigsty. And with every time I'm working magic, it is so important to not only be working the spiritual, witchy side of things, you also actually have to take mundane efforts. You cannot only cleanse energy from you and then have your surroundings be a mess. I mean, you can, but I don't know how much that will actually do. It's always good to intertwine those two and to take mundane efforts and then work your witchy ways to have it work in your favor. So we're gonna clean, we're gonna declutter, we're gonna put away some summer clothes, we're gonna fold so much laundry, sort through a couple of boxes of things that I no longer need that I will give away. A week ago I prepared a little smoke bouquet with all the happy summer energies and the warm energies, so we're gonna cleanse the house with that as well. And after we did all that work, there's a little treat waiting in the afternoon, but we'll have to wait for that. So it actually got quite sunny now, which I'm super excited for because this afternoon we have outdoor plans. And a couple of days ago I looked at my city's Facebook page and a picture caught my attention because it had like herbs in it and a really pretty bowl and some smoke and a candle, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. What might be happening in this little nest that I'm living in? And it turned out it's actually a Kräuterwanderung, which is German for herb hike, and I have talked about this before in this video up somewhere here. And what that means is that you go on a guided tour with a professional for herbs, and there you basically learn everything about the different herbs that you can use for cooking or smoking or traditional crafts or whatever, how and when to harvest them, how to use them, and so forth. So it's amazing. Here in Germany, they're offered basically everywhere, in every city hall, every adult education center. I would be super interested to know if that exists in your country too. I think it's always good to know your free resources that you have, or basically any chance that you get to know your area better. So coincidentally, the herb hike that I'm going on today here is offered by someone whose book I just had in my hands. Like a couple of weeks ago, I went to a bookstore and I saw a book about smoke cleansing with local wild herbs, and I remembered the name, and then I read the name on the Facebook page, and the author of that book is actually head of the culture board here in town, and she's doing the hike, so I'm super excited to meet her, and of course I'm gonna take you guys along. So I did start out this walk with Tiny Sir, but he soon got very troll-like and I had to have my partner pick him up. But it was such a magical little walk. We walked through the nature here and we discovered so many plants. And again, for the people who ask what they need in order to start their craft or their practice, or that they don't have money for it, you don't need money. You have literally everything growing out in nature. You just need to go outside and you have everything there that you need for smoking, for healing, for cooking, for spell work, for everything. And of course we all live in different areas of the world, so you will have different plants than I have here, but they still come with their own history, with their own folklore, with their own healing powers. So it's really worth it to take a little tour. Definitely do it. You really learn so much about the history of your own area, and you will be surprised how many things that you would not even notice have such amazing powers. Now, this was a very long but also a very successful day, so I'd say I deserve a little something. Cheers. And to end this day, I thought today I would do a little rune casting. Usually I do my tarot card of the day, but today for some reason I feel like I want a little bit more of the tough love that my runes can give me. And now that I have a beautiful set that I made on my last vacation, if you saw that video, if not, it's linked up top, I thought I would just have a little re-evaluation of my situation right now and what to focus on in the future. So I will do a simple 3 rune cast, and there are many ways to read runes, so many. What I will do now is I'm gonna pick 3 runes with my eyes closed, just gonna feel what feels right to pick, and then I'm just gonna cast them. And the way I read them is that I then organize the runes in order how far or how close to me they're landed. The rune closest to me is a past situation influencing my present situation. The middle rune is my present situation or something in my present situation. And the furthest rune from me is basically something in the future that results of a situation now. I hope that was more or less clear. It's obviously totally up to interpretation, and it's just a little tool again to help me reflect and sometimes make decisions. I think that was a very a lovely little cast, because the first rune, or the closest rune to me, as you saw, was a relocation, which I did relocate here. So I just connected that to my move to Germany here. From my past that is now influencing obviously my future, because otherwise I would never be filming this video. So the middle rune was like obstacles and challenges, which is also very true for my current life situation, just with financial burdens and not having an income right now. And the third rune was rewards and joy and prosperity. So my interpretation that rune casting basically told me to really like work on overcoming those obstacles, to work hard, to keep on hustling, and then I'll be able to reap the rewards. So that just gave me a lot of motivation again. All right, now my lovely people, I will go and work a little bit on a new video, and I wish you a lovely evening, and I'll see you with the autumn equinox, a day of harvest and thanksgiving and reaping what we have sown. Have a lovely evening and see you soon.
Ich bin Adolfine Witschky, zertifizierte Wildkräuterverführerin und auch Räucherbuchautorin. Ich habe ein Buch geschrieben, Heilsames Räuchern mit Wildpflanzen. Da stelle ich 50 Pflanzen vor, die bei uns in der Region wachsen, die man verräuchern kann. Auch Harze sind drin, auch ein paar Rituale für die Jahreskreisfeste. Wie mache ich Räucherpralinen, wie mache ich Räucherkerzen. Es sind auch Geschichten mit dabei zur Pflanze, wie man sie anwenden kann, wann man sie ernten soll. Es ist ein schönes Buch. Ich hoffe, dass den Lesern Freude macht. Ich möchte viele Leute zum Räuchern animieren, dass wir unsere Räucherkultur wieder beleben, wieder auffrischen. Es wächst alles vor der Haustür, im Wald, auf der Wiese. Wir müssen es nur sammeln und wieder anwenden.